Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Dexian the Gamer and I am back with another one. This time it's going to be A Plague Tale Requiem, and definitely a good game here. I must say, if you haven't checked this one out, you may want to get the prequel to this, Plague Tale Innocence, just to get a background of the story. But we're starting off at the beginning scene here, which is one of the most demanding scenes in the game.
Alright then.
And so we're going to be going over performance with 1440p DLAA and 4K DLAA, as well as DLSS and FrameGen, to see what that can do for our performance. Alright, so just starting it off the bat here, this is DLAA. I'm just going to go over the settings so y'all can see that. And we have everything on full screen, 1440p, DLAA, no frame gen. We do have latency enabled, and everything is at the highest setting that can possibly be. And we also have ray trace shadows enabled. All right, so with that said, we are getting approximately 80 frames a second in the opening scene, which has plenty of vegetation, plenty of shading. And just off the bat, this is 1440p DLAA, so not too bad of an experience here so far. And you know, everything is pretty snippy. 72 FPS. It's not the most fluid thing in the world, but it is a good start, because this is a good base before you apply any frame gen or any DLSS or anything else of that nature. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just do a little bit of playing around right here. So if I can just hear the button mashing. Yeah, so that's pretty snappy. My latency isn't working right now for some strange reason. A reflex and the OSZ by itself is just not working for some strange reason. So yep, we just run around and avoid Lucas right here in this little game. Gotta keep avoiding him. And I think I'm busted right now. Oh wait, let's go. So yeah, so far so good. We're spiking up into the 90s right now. And so what I'm going to do is go to 4K, and then we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so now we just put on 4K, and yeah, I can definitely tell the game is a bit sharper, and it's also a little bit, let's see, as far as response time, if I can just up and down, you know, it's still playable. We are at about 50-ish frames a second right now, and yeah, it's definitely more of a cinematic feel than it was before in 1440p. So, yeah, I think I lost in this little hide and seek game, but whatever. Yeah, so it's dipping down into the high 40s, low 50s, but the texture quality and the level of detail is just great. Things far off, they look really, really sharp. The faces look very, very sharp as well. Amicia's face right here, you can see, you know, all the different textures of her face and everything, and with Hugo as well. So So far, so good. We're off to a good start. So I'm going to keep it at 4K for now and go through the motions of upscaling. And I'm going to start with DLSS Quality to see what the textures look like and what our frame rate jumps up to.
Right, go and study.
All right, so we are back and we have just enabled DLSS Quality. And right off the bat, I can tell you that the improvement in frame rate is great. We went from the 50s at 4K to about 78. Now we're touching 80, 85. Looking at Amicia's face here. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to see. So I can tell maybe a slight softening of her textures, of her face. I'm just going to put it back on DLAA just to see if it's not just something in my head. So let me just switch back for a moment there. Okay, so yeah, this is DLAA. And then really quickly, I'm going to put it back to DLSS before too much changes. Okay, so I put it back on DLSS Quality, and yeah, I think it was just in my head. I really can't see a huge difference in Amicia's face. Texture quality is great. Then again, at 4K, it's going to be hard to see that much of a difference with DLSS 4. Oh, and speaking of which, you do have to inject DLSS 4 in-game. It comes with DLSS 2.4 to start out with, so you definitely want to upgrade that. Frame generation is version 3, and I did not choose to upgrade the frame gen, so we're just going to leave that with the game came with. All right, so just walking around, do see some frame spikes going on here. Just walking around, not doing too much. So that's definitely something to keep aware of. As far as button response time, yeah, that's perfect. That's definitely something you want to see. Yeah, so with the DLSS Quality, things look really, really good. So what I'm going to do is see if we can get the upscaler down to DLSS Balanced and keep a good level of detail. All right, so we are back and we are now at DLSS Balance, which is 58% resolution percentage. And yeah, everything still looks really good with the textures. Amicia's clothing looks really sharp. Her face looks really sharp. You can see like the, even down to her acne. Everything looks really, really good. Hugo looks really good. Textures look really, really sharp. Even at the distance, the trees look good. The mountain over there in the top right corner looks really sharp. Trees look great. I don't see any flickering or any kind of shimmering or anything like that off into the distance. Yeah, everything looks really, really stable, so that's great. And our frame rate, we did jump up to 80-ish frames per second, which is kind of close to what we had before with quality. So now what I really want to see is what happens when we go down to DLSS Performance. So let's take a look here. CPU usage is really low, really cool. GPU usage is very high. So this is a GPU limited scene. We are at 99%. Temp is good. VRAM temp is good. GPU power is about 350 watts, and that's with DLSS Balanced, so that's pretty high. GPU is definitely working hard. VRAM usage is great. At a 4K resolution, it's only 7 gigs. Really, really good optimization on part of the devs for that. Really wish we can see more of that from a lot of games that are coming out nowadays. So let's kick it down to DLSS Performance. I'm going to try to get Amicia's face back in here. There we go. And we're going to see what happens to the overall texture of her face and the background and the frame rate. All right, so we're at DLSS Performance. And let's see what it looks like now. Okay, so Amicia's face, it looks pretty much the same as what I was seeing before. I can still see... it looks high quality. Her cloak looks high quality. Her outfit still looks pretty high quality. I'm noticing just an ever so tiny bit of softness. It's so so subtle. You're probably not going to notice it. You're probably not going to put the camera up into her face like this. But I can start to see it, but it doesn't look distracting. It doesn't look like it's a downgrade. You're probably not going to notice it. As far as our frame rate, we're still hovering around the 80s. So that's really interesting. Some games, they do respond this way, where the DLSS 4, it doesn't really matter what level you put it at. Quality, balanced, or performance, you're still going to get a very similar frame rate, which is very, very interesting. Okay, so now we're going up into the higher 90s. You know, this at the end of the day, this is still a really complex scene to render. So the GPU is working hard. It's working overtime. GPU power is still pretty good, up in the 340 watt. VRAM usage did drop a little bit. Now it's about 6.5 gigs, where before it was closer to 7. So yeah, it's a complex scene, but we didn't really lose any visual quality. I don't see any weird stuff going on in the background or with the trees. So what I am going to do is I'm going to just call it a DLSS Balanced or Quality, probably either one. Maybe Balanced just to get that extra couple of frames per second without the loss in detail. So I'm going to go back to DLSS Balanced, and then what I'm going to do again is add frame gen so we can get a boost in our motion smoothness. Yeah, you see these frame dips that happen in this game. I don't know if it's something related to just the 50 series cards or whatever the case might be, or maybe the 9800 X3D. I'm not sure. Last time I played this game, it was on a 4070 Ti, and I don't remember experiencing this, but you know, it was over a year ago. So what I'm going to do is leave Amicia close to the front of the camera. Come on, Amicia. This way. There you go. All right, stay right there. Cool. All right, cool. All right, so now I'm going to activate frame gen and see what that does to our frame rate. So we're hitting about 90 FPS right now. I'm going to switch back to balanced. Yeah, and so balanced puts it at about, okay, 82, 81 frames a second. And can't really tell that much of a difference. So, you know what, DLSS Performance at 4K. And again, this I do play on a 27-inch monitor, so that may have something to do with it as well. Balanced or performance, I call both of those a win. So let's activate frame gen right now and see if that's going to add any kind of weirdness or any kind of loss in our texture quality. All right, so I just put on frame gen and reflex is already enabled. I don't really want to use boost yet. I just want to see what it's going to look like now. Okay, so we are back, and that did get us up to 123 frames per second, which is interesting. That's definitely not anywhere near 2x. It's more near like a 1.6 or a 1.7. But the good news is that I can't really notice a decrease in texture quality. Everything still looks pretty sharp. Again, this is at 4K, so you might be able to see, you know, a slight loss in detail at larger size monitors, like, you know, 30 going up to 40-inch monitors, TVs, whatever. But everything looks good. Let's just do the running around in a circle test to see if I can see any weirdness going on here. No, I don't notice any weird ghosting or anything. There is just a little bit of, looks like sizzling going on here, but I don't think that's a frame gen bug. I think that's just a regular game engine thing. And her hair, it looks like it sizzles just a little bit as it you know, tries to blend in with the background. You can see that with Hugo's hair as well. It's definitely cooking. But that was something that was present even with DLAA. I think that's just a typical you know, TAA style bug. But running around here, 4K, 120, 115 frames a second, that's definitely a win for me. Frame time is really good. It's not, you know, up in the upper 20s like some games might make it. So 9 millisecond frame time is great. Again, I don't have latency on screen because my NVIDIA OSD just decided to break. What else is new, right? So what I'm going to do is just do the button tests with her squatting. Yeah, that's great. So that's really responsive. I have no complaints here for 4K. So what I'm going to do is take it down to 1440p, and we're going to take a look at that performance. All right, guys, we are back, and I just wanted to do a quick update on latency. I had to reinstall NVIDIA's app. Don't know why, but it just started to break. I think even on my Indiana Jones video, you guys saw it starting to break. So this is latency. I'm just going to go through all of the configurations that I had. So we're at 33 milliseconds on 4K DLAA, and you know, things feel pretty good. This is 37 or so milliseconds. Frame rates 55 frames per second. This is another scene. It's just a different scene than the opening scene that I showed earlier. A little bit further into the game, so a little bit less demanding on your hardware.
Give me all your money.
I hope you didn't tell him about your dream
Never
and
catch me
everything else.
alive.
But anyways,
Hugo, come back.
this is
I don't
the
want to play.
this is what your latency is going to look like with DLAA native. So what I'm going to do is switch it down to
At
1440p,
least you look better.
and I'm just going to go through DLAA, DLSS Quality, Balanced, Performance, Frame Gen on, Frame Gen off. Alright, so let's go. Alright, so this is your latency with DLSS Quality on 4K, 21 milliseconds, which is great. We're going to go over to Balanced. Alright, so this is your Balanced from latency here, 18 to 19 milliseconds, which honestly is superb. And we are going to go to Performance next. Alright, and now we are at DLSS Performance, and the latency dropped down a little bit to about 18. It was close around there before, so not much of a difference. We're only gotten 8% drop in the scaling. And now I am going to turn on frame generation with all those modes and show you that data as well. Alright, and here we have frame generation with DLSS Performance. We're at 31 milliseconds, which is still good in my book. So let's go up to Balanced. And here we are at DLSS Balanced, which added about another 4 milliseconds or so. Still in the mid to low 30s. So let's go to DLSS Quality. And here we are at DLSS Quality, and our frame rate still looks pretty good. Went down to about 139, about 140 or so. Latency is 36, 37, so still in the 30s, which is great. And so now we're going to see what the latency looks like at 1440p. Alright, and this is 1440p DLAA, 18 to 19 milliseconds. Now we are at 1440p DLSS Quality, about 14 to 15 milliseconds. And now this is 1440p DLSS Quality with frame generation enabled, and that's going to be about 25 milliseconds or so. So definitely good option for 1440p if you want to just max out one of those 240 hertz monitors. Really good latency, really good frame smoothness. And so now here's another thing. I do have motion blur on, and I think this game comes with it by default. Let me see if I can tune it in the settings here. Okay, so this is motion blur, and I have it set to ultra right now. And from what I've seen, motion blur actually does improve your frame rate, especially when you're switching scenes quickly. So let's just get a baseline here. I'm going to put it back up to 4K. And so we're going to start playing with motion blur here. So what I'm going to do, and let me do this here. Let me put it at DLSS Performance. There we go. I'm going to turn frame gen off. We're going to be at performance. And so yeah, this is 125. That's perfect. So I'm going to go through what motion blur does. See, as you can see when I pan the camera around, well, you guys maybe can't see it, but it does add a little bit of blur to your image. To me, I don't know if it's just me personally, but I do like motion blur on because my eyes will try to lock on to each individual frame if it's not blurred. And actually, in real life, when you pan across a scene really fast, your eyes are going to see in a blur. So that's actually a natural thing that your eyes do. It kind of blurs the image. You don't try to snapshot everything in a continuous stream of light. So anyways, with that being said, let's check out the performance. So we're at Ultra, about 125 frames a second. So let's go down the settings. So I'm going to start off with nothing, no motion blur at all. And it looks like we went up a little bit to 131 frames a second. So, you know, that effect may be causing some issues. But as I pan the camera, it's not bad. It does go back down to about 129 once I do move around. And yeah, my eyes just like to try to glue onto the image. But you know what? For the sake of data, I can include motion blur off in my videos from now on. So let's see, 131 frames a second. So this game might be the opposite. You might gain some frame rate when you turn off motion blur. So yeah, see, 130. I'm going to keep it this frame right here, 131 and 20. Come on, no, don't go down to 129. All right, so yeah, 128. Let's 129. All right, I'm going to put it back on ultra and see what happens. Okay, so it went down to about 125. Okay, all right. So I did lose a couple frames a second there. So you know what? I am on a LCD monitor, so that does have a slight motion blur effect, especially with little overdrive. So I will leave it motion blur off, you know, going forward, just to crank out every bit of performance that I possibly can. Either that, or I'm just going to test it on and off screen just to see which one's better. But I do want to thank a commenter for pointing that out to me before. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be considering that moving forward. Alright, so we are back, and now we have it at 1440p DLSS quality, no frame gen. And I'm going to just take a look at Amicia's face. If I can just get a close-up of her here. So yeah, I can right away I can tell that we're not at 4K anymore. So this is not the same level of detail as 4K back in 1440p. It's not terrible, don't get me wrong. It's just not super sharp. And, you know, once you go to 4K, it's honestly just hard to go back. You see it everywhere. You can see that's the little bit of more softness in the image, less pixel density. But those of you who do just have 1440p monitors, you can activate DLDSR and get 4K-like sharpness and quality added to your screen. Your monitor is still using 1440p, that same number of pixels. But DLDSR is great where it renders in 4K and then uses the tensor cores to downscale down to your lower resolution monitor. And it does a fantastic job. My old 1440p monitor that I just sold recently, I used DLDSR on it, and I honestly had no complaints. I was able to get basically almost identical texture quality and sharpness as 4K. I really couldn't tell too much of a difference. The only thing is with DLDSR, it is a little bit buggy where you can't use it in windowed or borderless. Games like God of War, you have to go into your desktop and change the resolution on Windows to the resolution that you are scaling from, which would be 4K. And then you have to go into the game, but at the same time, your monitor might lose your refresh rate. So you're probably going to get some tearing if you go over 60 hertz, because most monitors just default to 60 hertz if it's not in the optimized setting. You know, that might be another video I'm going to do, because also you do get a little bit of a penalty as far as overhead and performance. So a small percentage does get lost in the tensor cores working to downscale that image. But anyways, back to the game here. Yeah, so we're at 1440p DLSS quality. We're at 117 frames per second though, which is the same performance that we were getting at 4K with FrameGen. So, you know, that's a huge leap there. That can't be understated. As far as texture quality of, you know, the images in the background, it looks good. It's definitely not a muddy mess, for sure. DLSS 4 is much better than 3. I remember playing this before. It's a lot better. So I would keep it at DLSS quality if you're playing in 4K. And what we can do to add even more performance is we can switch on frame generation. So I'm going to see if I can get Amicia close to the rock here. Yeah. You know, her face doesn't, it doesn't look bad. It's just, I can tell. But for you playing at 1440p, it's not going to be a huge downgrade. So what I'm going to do is put on frame generation and see what that does to our performance. See you in a second. Alright, so we are back, and yeah, that is how you max out your frame rates, boys and girls. So we are at 180 frames per second now at 4K. I'm sorry, no, not 4K, 1440p. And as far as Amicia's face, it still looks pretty good. I can't really notice any loss in quality adding frame generation over the 1440p image. So, you know, this is great. You can definitely play the game like this, no problem. GPU usage is still good, so it's not sleeping. CPU usage did go up a little bit. I can see that now we're closer to the 20s, 24, 25%. And VRAM usage is still at around, okay, 7 gigs. We did get that spike there. Everything else looks great. So I'm definitely going to call this a win. Just besides those weird spikes.
Of course.
So with that being said, I'm just going to put it back at 1440p with DLSS Performance. You know what? I'm going to use DLSS Balanced and frame generation, and then we're just going to enjoy some gameplay. Thanks again, everyone, for hanging out with me, going over A Plague Tale Requiem to get some data from it. Great game. I definitely do recommend it. So let's just enjoy some gameplay, and I'll see you in the next one. Definitely. Please like and subscribe if you do get some value out of this. I'm trying to get more eyes on this type of content, and also I would like to pump out as much as I can. Definitely doing it all. You know, I am a working man with a family here, so I do have my priorities with that. But I'm pumping out as many videos as I can. Already got games lined up, ready to get some information and content from. So look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Peace out, and let's enjoy the game.
So,
This is where my kingdom stops.
that branch is your frontier.
Yes!
Why not?
Look out, Amicia the Amazon! Enemy ships coming! They're going to attack us!
Oh no! What do we do?
Stay at the frontier and sink them before they pass! Back to your post, Amicia! Behind the branch!
Got it! My mighty sling is yours!
Here comes the sorcerer's army!
I see them! We'll save your land, my king! One down!
Yes! Keep going! More ships are coming!
No foul magic will defile this kingdom!
Only good magic! Yes, the King of Lords!
Let them come! I'll crush them! Many tried to invade us!
But we crushed them back!
Because we are the House of Daroon! can be pretty loud, yes.
I wanted to ask you, can I play with you?
Yes, but who are you?
I'm Tona. I live nearby.
All right. We're Hugo and Amicia.
Can you shoot, Tona? Of course I can. Great. I'm the king and she's my captain and we're fighting in Sorcerer's army. I'll fire the cannon then.
Now let's fight!
You're a great shot. Well done.
They won't pass, I tell you.
You're good. But they keep coming.
They'll keep sinking. Our defenses are too strong for them.
So, Tona, keep firing that cannon. Yes, we're kicking their asses. They're evil asses.
Hey, calm down. You're starting to speak the devil's tongue.
It's war. Place for manners.
All right. Give them the coup de grace, Tona.
Here comes the cannonball.
Oh no, Hugo, take cover. All right, boys. You won. They surrendered.
Surrender accepted. I should go now. I'm late for work. You work? Yes, on my father's farm with my brothers.
Are you all right?
I must go. Bye.
Good luck then.
Goodbye, Tana. He was nice.
Come along, my king. The war is over. Let's keep following this river.
You sung so many. You're a great captain. And Tana was nice.
He was, yes.
I'd like to have a friend like him.
I know. But we'll settle down soon, and you'll make friends.
You're sure?
As soon as we know how you're doing.
That could be a long time.
Not this time. This time is different. I know it.
I hope so.
We'll have to climb this. You pull me up this time.
What?
Just kidding. I'll help you.
You're too heavy anyway.
How dare you?
One day I'll be able to. Whoa! That castle is huge!
What do you say? Do we attack it?
All right, I'm ready.
Now! Charge!
The gate is closed, Captain. What do we do?
Let me see. Ha! It's locked up tight.
They saw us coming. Here, the secret path.
Let's sneak in.
Yes, it's a good plan.
Ooh, I feel evil around us.
It's a bit dark.
Come on, my king. They don't expect us to sneak in.
Yes.
I'm with you. Don't worry. Oh, I think the sorcerer's men are close.
Really?
Are you hurt?
No, but I want to go back now.
I agree. That's enough for today.
Yes, Amicia. There are food and clothes.
People live here.
We've broken their ceiling. Maybe they heard.
Let's just be careful for now.
You smell that? It smells like a fireplace.
Yes. What?
It's all burned.
It's recent. These baskets, they're beehives.
But why are they burned?
I don't know. Let's be discreet and get out.
Maybe it was an accident?
Where are the people? This way.
Amicia!
Hey!
What's going on?
How many of you are there?
Wait! We didn't mean to trespass. We fell here by accident. We'll leave if you show us how.
Lies!
I swear! I don't know what's happening here, but we have nothing to do with it.
Lies! You bloody thieves! I'll cut you to pieces!
Run!
We need an exit!
The door!
No, no, no! Come!
You're trapped.
Here!
Going nowhere.
He's still behind us!
Keep an eye out for an exit!
This was one time too many. Don't think we'll let you go.
Through here! He won't follow!
Quick!
Get that right. You bloody thieves. Trying to steal our hearts.
Get down, quick!
I won't come back, I swear. Get it. Stop. Leave it to me.
I beg you! No! Please!
Should have thought of that before you lot stole from us. Goodness, Matthias. That's how we make sure they don't come back.
I lost two, a boy and a girl. You didn't see them?
No. No, that man on the ground's the last we got.
Well, kill them if you find them.
We must get out of here.
Yes, quick.
They're crazy.
What a mess. Now what use do you have for our meat and honey, huh?
Let's cross.
You're
No,
dead.
they're going to kill us.
Matthias, come! They got Grandad pretty bad.
Shit.
Amicia at the house.
Grandpa! Oh, looks bad. Dad will be back from the market any time now. Yes. Watch over him for now.
We could hide here.
They'd find us. We have to keep going.
It's a bloodbath. Lord.
Don't stand there whining. There may still be some of them around. Go help the others.
I don't feel well, Matthias.
I don't give a damn.
It's...
You won't move.
whatever.
I'll handle it. That toolbox. It'll make a noise.
It's the last time they'll come here. I tell you.
You don't have to kill all of them, you lunatic. Just needed goddamn work.
Steady.
I need to get out of here. Is someone still hiding?
Away. Let's be quick. We get back to the cart. We get away from this place.
Mummy will be so angry.
We just won't tell her. We'll leave as soon as we get to the cart anyway.
Where's that little shit now? He was supposed to stand guard. This is all on you!
We're going to have to climb up. Quietly.
Donna! Get your damned ass over here right now! I'm gonna beat the life out of you.
Oh no, this is where Tonar lives.
Maybe he's still away.
I hope so.
Up there.
On my way.
Let's try through here.
At least they didn't damage these ones.
Wait.
Oh no. It's coming.
What the hell?
Let's go.
He almost saw us.
Yes, we have to be more careful.
Again? How could it
We
be?
must reach. Shh.
Amicia the pots.
That would work. If I throw it behind him.
The hell? I've got an axe! I warn you!
Now's our chance.
Saints protect me. Good. All's clear.
Please tell me this is our way out.
Yes.
No, they've locked it.
Maybe there's another way. There's a hole here.
Yes.
I can go and open the door from the other side.
I wish you didn't have to. All right, but be very careful.
Don't worry.
Please don't get spotted. Come on, Hugo.
It's too heavy. can open it now.
Yes, well done. Where are they? Have they found Luna? I don't know. We need a way out.
We can't let them hurt him.
He'll manage. We must leave, Hugo. They'll kill us if they catch us.
But maybe they'll kill him too.
Shh, quiet. That gate over there. Let's try it.
Stop, please!
You were Dad's biggest mistake, but I will fix it.
Stop!
Hugo, stay behind me.
Who are you?
We got lost. We're leaving. Just let the boy go.
You hear that, Remy?
Are you with the thieves?
No, we just arrived. Listen, it's our fault if he was late.
You have no right to be here! Remy, you handle it. And don't disappoint me.
But the boy,
He's the right age to learn.
you shouldn't have come.
You don't want to do this, believe me.
You talk too much.
Stop! Leave her! Amicia, we're here!
Hugo, you didn't answer.
Let's go. We're not here to enjoy the view.
Tell me where we're going first.
To get your boat, I know someone.
Who?
A smuggler. Discreet chip. Fast. What you need.
Great. More felons.
Jess, get used to it. This is your life now, so if you want to get to Lacuna after the mess you've made, it's that boat or a 10-mile fucking swim.
I can't wait to get on a boat.
Ha! You see that? That is the right attitude.
That is the right attitude.
Ah, it's too high.
Jump! I'll catch you.
Woo!
Hey, careful!
Thank you.
Fine. Can't you wait for me?
You're not light. Your sister feeds you well.
I love eating. Hey, look down there.
Stop going so damn fast!
But he's the one sprinting. Slow down, Shorty. We have wounded.
How considerate.
Wow, there's so many. Is it a bird army?
Looks like it. And I say you should sound the charge.
Can I? Monsieur?
If you want, just stay in view.
Come on, soldier. Charge! If we had more like him in our ranks, we'd have pushed back the English a long time ago.
What do you know of war?
I was a knight back then, in Guyenne.
Oh. We're from Guyenne.
It was a waste.
It was.
Hey, did you see my charge?
Yes. They won't come back soon.
I could be a soldier.
No doubt.
Oh, I don't think so.
One day he'll be big enough to choose.
We'll see. Looks quiet.
Someone lives here.
I don't think so.
I would live here, right in front of the sea.
to be a seabird.
A seagull?
Probably. And now it's yours. Here.
I love seagulls.
We call them laughing gulls here.
What?
See? You're turning into one.
Come, let's go back.
Here we are.
Don't tell me that's your boat.
Of course not. But it leads to it. See that pole? There's a rope on it. Hold the boat from there while I push on my side. You think you can do it?
Not sure. I might break.
When you're ready.
I'll help you, Amicia.
Good. Keep going.
Oh no!
What?
Get back!
What the hell? Oh, shit! Shit!
They like you, it seems.
They almost got me!
Yes!
You're sick, goddammit!
Oh, come on. Fine, let's clear the way.
I could make them move.
Last time it didn't end well.
It's not the same. I can do it.
Yes, let's try.
All right, they're really obeying you. How do you do that? Where did you get that from?
Done.
Let's go then.
They won't follow us, right?
I don't know. How appetizing do you feel?
Hungry bastards. No offense, Shorty.
So this leads to your smugglers.
Yes, it's a shortcut.
There are rats in your shortcut, you know that?
Yes, which means less soldiers. And we have the boy, no?
Lord, I don't like this.
Uh-oh.
What? There are millions.
Happy now? We're crossing anyway.
Great.
Don't be scared.
Really? Hey, Shorty, they obey you. Just send them all into the sea.
I can only control a few at a time.
Oh, great.
Ah! Stay close to me! Get up!
Hey! What's that stuff? You used it against my men.
Alchemy. Secret recipe.
I don't want a recipe, I just hope it holds.
You'll see.